Hello, online crew. It's great to be here to talk to you today about what's going to happen when the news feed for Facebook disappears. And what are the things that you need to be aware of and need to be thinking about when the news feed does start to disappear. So welcome. If you are joining me live, please come in, say hello. Yes, I'm back on the computer. So I'm still testing out this new software. Hey, Olive, how are you? Which is called StreamYard. You can see that sort of in the corner there. Hello, Sal, how are you? So it's got my name in the corner there, and it is still back the front. And it's still really weird to get used to. Hey, Mel, how you going? But it's pretty cool. And what I found really interesting yesterday, and any of you that want to do sort of dual lives or share your video screen, share your computer screen or anything like that on a computer in a group, like you're doing any training, this kind of software is amazing. I put a link to it. It should be the first comment sort of down below. So you can get a link through to this software. It's completely free. And at the moment, hey, Aore, how are you? It's completely free. And at the moment, all the features are included for free. So dual lives, video, screen sharing, all those kind of things. So I'm testing it out. Now, know when I've tested out something similar, some of you may have seen some of our videos. Hey, Sean, how are you? Thank you for saying hello. Oops. Yes, I'm still pointing that way, but he's on the opposite side on the screen. So I'm still getting used to being on my computer and being backwards. But this is Henry, a little trusty fish that looks after Palm Cove here when I'm not here. So thank you for saying hello to Henry. So it's really cool software. All the features are free at the moment. So if you want to jump on and test out for yourself, if you're doing lives or you're in a group and you want to do sort of screen sharing type things, then this is a really good thing to test out. So those of you that, the camera is mirrored. So I'm not sure how I change that. If you've got any suggestions for me, Sean, I've tried to play around, but I can't seem to change that. So it's throwing me off a little bit because it's not normally how things are sort of meant to look. But anyway, let's move on. So if you are here with me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. If you're catching the replay later, put the word replay down below so I can say hello to you at a later stage. Hello, Marion. Great to see you jump on. If we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. I am your online crew captain, and I represent and help this awesome online crew community that we have here, which is representative of home-based business owners. So small business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, direct sellers, those in MLM, and we are learning to leverage social media and use modern social media strategies to build our business online. Because we don't want to chase anybody about our business. We don't want to convince anybody to buy anything off us. We truly want to attract people to us, through the beautiful medium of the internet. So that's what we are here to do. We have hey, Tony, how are you? We have the palm tree. Yeah, I'm backwards, so it's so weird. We have the palm tree as our mascot emoji, so put the palm tree down below if you're part of my free Facebook group community, which is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. Put the little fishy down below. That's our emoji for that group. And I put all sorts of social media updates on there that I don't put on this page. So if you want to keep updated with various things, like I posted something in there not long ago about Facebook groups, and there's a rumor going around about groups. So I was just clarifying that rumor in that group. So those kind of things. So it's completely free. Just search it on Facebook, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. There's also a link to it from the welcome post, above this page. So feel free to join us over there. And if you are one of my online crew leaders, put the cruise ship down below. So we have an online crew coaching community where we've got people in there learning to be leaders in the online space, and I give them practical sort of help on how to build their business online. So it's good to talk about different stuff like I do here, but if you want more practical help and really dive a little bit deeper, then the online crew coaching community is the place to be. You can access that community. See, this is the cool part about this software. You can access that community through this link here. So just copy that into your browser. And I'm doing my Attraction Marketing Bootcamp starting shortly after this live here. So over the next 3 days after my normal lives, I'm going through attraction marketing, what it means, how I've used it, to the point where I've, gained over 70 people in my team in the last sort of few months, my network marketing team. So that's where you can access that, and you can get in for $1, to start with. So let me go back to the comments. So the newsfeed. So you may be aware that the newsfeed as we know it today, in today's day and age, you go onto Facebook, you go into the newsfeed, and you see all different posts from different people, and depending on the algorithm as to who you see from what, depending whether you've turned notifications on for certain people, you'll see their stuff first. So you can go into, like my page here, you can click the 3 buttons above. A screen will come up at the bottom. You can turn your notifications on, and you can choose see first, so you can see and get notified when I go live, those kind of things. So you'll see that information first. But other than that, we're relying on the algorithm. But you might be seeing also ads from people that you don't particularly want to see, but you're targeted for some reason. So a newsfeed is full of just all sorts of content. Some of it you may choose to see, some of it you may not. But the problem with the newsfeed, what they're saying, is that it can actually influence people in a negative way. And Facebook is very in-tuned and strategic about human social connection. So the newsfeed as we know it today is going. That's why there's this huge emphasis on Facebook stories, if you've not heard that before. If you're not using Facebook stories, please use Facebook stories, because that's really going to be where the new news feed is as such. But what does this mean for you? And it's not going to happen overnight, guys. You're not going to see this for quite a while. But Facebook, as you know it, the normal news feed, it will disappear at some stage. It could take until next year, but you're going to see subtle changes where it is going to phase out. So what does that mean for you? What you should do, where you should be, what activity should you be doing online to sort of prepare yourself for that? Okay, would you like to know that? Would this be helpful for you to know what you should be focusing on the future if the news feed is going to disappear? What do you think? Do you keep carrying on doing what you're doing, or do you think it might be an important piece of information to know to what you should be, concentrating on moving forward? Hello, Judy and Bob. How are you? Great to see you jump on. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I'm talking too much today already. So, yes, Olive thinks it's an important thing to know. So, the thing that Facebook have come out and said is that they are going to concentrate more on, with the demise of the news feed in time to come, what they're going to focus on is 2 main things, and that's messaging, so private sort of messaging like Messenger is a huge focus, and privacy. So that's the two focuses. And in a statement that hey Wanda, how are you? In a statement that Facebook put out, so Zuckerberg put out, I think the word messaging was it was about 7 times through his statement, and privacy was about 5 times. Like, there is this huge, and it's all, gurus are all saying it now. They're the 2 things that Facebook is going to focus on: messaging, like private messaging, and, the privacy part of that. So you may have noticed, if somebody comments on your Facebook story, where does the comment go? Who's using Facebook stories and who's aware of where a comment goes if somebody posts something in their Facebook stories? Somebody tell me, where does the comment go? This will give you a really good indication of where they're pushing the interaction. Anybody come up with it? I'll tell you anyway. But it's going into, I haven't seen anybody come up with it yet. Or Mel's got it. It goes straight, so just a bit of a delay there. It goes straight into your personal messenger. So just take that as an indication of sign of things to come. They're favoring I use it, but rarely get a comment, Carol. Because it's still new, Carol, people are still getting used to it. You'll see a lot more interaction as people start to use it more. At the moment, I think there's a lot of people. Hey, Tina, how are you? I think there's, yeah, Kathy, it is private. So it's going, so nobody else can see the comments. And I think a lot of people are still sitting back, just playing with Facebook stories, and people are looking, but they're not commenting much. But that's really no different to your newsfeed, is it? You can post things in Facebook and people will look at it, but, you know, there are some people that just won't engage. And I think as we move forward and get more familiar and used to this private sort of connection that Facebook is pushing us to, and Facebook stories is the start of that, and the fact that comments go into a private messenger, you know, your private messenger, nobody else can see that, is that, you know, people will embrace it more. But I think it's going to take some time before people really adjust. There are people still not using Facebook stories, or not very often. So Facebook stories is, I'm still getting used to Facebook stories. Sometimes I'm over the top, like when we went and saw the Harlem Globetrotters on my personal, that was not my business page, my personal page. There was so much to share. It was so cool. They were so funny. They were so hilarious. And I shared a lot of stuff in Facebook stories. And there are other days that I just get so busy that I forget it's not on my radar, and I haven't got anything in my Facebook stories, and it's like, oops, I forgot. Those that are in the 30-day Facebook Live video challenge, it's part of the challenge. They need to do 3 Facebook stories a day, every day for 30 days to get their points. The reason why I set that in the video challenge is to get people used to using Facebook stories, because that's where it is a separate algorithm to the newsfeed, but that's where Facebook is favoring, and that's where everything's going to end up. Okay. So how do you do your daily posts out there if there will be no more newsfeed? I can't answer that, Carol, because I don't know how it's going to end up. Nobody can really answer that at the moment, but it'll be more like your daily post will be in something like Facebook stories. People will still see it, like they see it in the newsfeed, but they're like, now there's an alternative now. Either people look at the newsfeed or look at Facebook stories. There will come a time where the newsfeed doesn't exist, so everything will be in stories. So it's just like you're posting like you would normally do in your newsfeed, but it'll be in stories. It'll be something like that. But obviously I can't really answer that because I don't exactly know. No one really knows exactly, you know, how it's going to sort of end up. Hey, Heather, how are you? So there's a huge change in Facebook's direction. And the one thing that they're particularly focused on is this human connection. It pops up every now and again. Facebook's, you know, and you need to really be aware of this. If you're in the home-based business industry, network marketing, direct selling and whatever, and I've been warning you for ages, stop promoting your businesses on your personal Facebook pages because they'll get shut down. This is just so congruent with that, because they don't want people to push a business on personal profiles. It's meant for human connection, and now they're even moving more towards human connection being in Messenger. Yes, Carol, it's always changing. There is so much to keep up with, and it's always changing. And a newsfeed, as I said, is not going to disappear overnight, but you need to be aware of this and where to focus your marketing on. So when something like the newsfeed disappears and you're out of the loop, you're not up with it, you don't know where to focus your marketing activities, then you're going to be left behind. So you know, something as small as, I've been hounding, you know, for a few months now, make sure you're using Facebook stories, because when there's updates to Facebook stories, you're going to get them first if you're a user of Facebook stories. If you've got a business page, use Facebook stories on your business page, because you're going, their reach, it blows me away. The reach that you get in Facebook stories on a business page is sometimes higher than on my personal page. And that's unheard of with business pages. It's usually always harder to get organic reach on a business page than it is a personal sort of Facebook page. So you need to be, you know, just aware of that and following that trend, and do these things where Facebook is favoring the algorithm and your exposure. Jump on it and use it and get used to it, and start messaging in people's Facebook stories. Like, be the leader in this and embrace it instead of hiding sort of behind it. Hey, Jacinta, how are you? Happy birthday for, it was yesterday, wasn't it? I think, depending on your time zone. So, okay, so what are the things that we need to be aware of? I wrote down some specific things, which I'll share with you. Oh, this is the future. And you may not be here yet, but I would encourage you to store this for future, because this is where the power of social media marketing, particularly on Facebook, is going to be, with the objective of messaging being a focus for Facebook and privacy being a focus for Facebook, that it's more one-on-one communication, is chatbots. Now, that may not be on your radar yet, and don't stress about it, but you need to start just being aware of it and thinking about it. And this is where I'd also highlight those of you that are serious about building a business through social media, and if that's connected to the growth of like a network marketing business, MLM, something like that, you need to be looking, if you are not already, at developing a business page. So you can run chatbots off a business page. At the moment, you can't run chatbots off a personal sort of profile, and it's not meant for that anyway. A personal profile is meant for social interaction with your friends and family. It's not to promote things sort of business related. But I do feel email marketing is really important if you're serious about your business, but I do believe messenger chatbots are going to, well, they already do. They overtake open rates of emails. So you can get like a 5-10% open rate on an email, and you can get an 80 to 90% open rate of a messenger chatbot. If you don't know what a messenger chatbot is, it's basically the ability to send one message to all the people in your messenger on a particular messenger list. So I'm not going to go into detail about sort of how you do that. Those of you that have not considered or have not developed a business page yet for the growth of your business on social media, I would at the moment, it's free to set up a business page. It's free to do Facebook Lives. It's free to put content on there. It gives you the ability to do paid advertising if you move in that direction. And there's a whole lot of features that they're giving business pages now that they've never had before. And you can do messenger chatbots from people that get on your messenger for your business page. And it's really, really powerful. So those of you that I guess if you are serious about that, I started the 8th round of my branding course yesterday. So we were only on video 1, and I work with people for a month to set up your business page and your branding and, you know, all the rest of it. Any of you that are serious about that want to jump on, we've only just started yesterday and we've worked together for a month. That might be something that you can want to consider. And if not now, just, keep that up your sleeve, for later, because this is where it's going to be. Business needs to be business. Personal profile needs to be personal profile. And with the focus going towards messaging and privacy, you want to have a business page and you want to start using messenger bots somewhere down the track. So don't get caught up and all stressed about that at the moment. Those of you in my coaching community, I will be teaching you about this at a later stage. Okay. So, hey, Rebecca, I haven't shown anybody's comments. Now, where was Jacinta? Everybody say happy birthday to Jacinta for yesterday. I think it was yesterday, depending on time zone and stuff like that. Sean, you've started replying to other stories. Good on you, Sean. That's fantastic. Hey, Anna, did I say hello to you? I'm not sure if I did or not, but good to see your comments there. This is the cool software that I put a link in the description. It should be the first comment down below on the video. So what are the things that you should be focusing on? So Ollie said, happy birthday, Jacinta. You're getting some birthday love. So chatbots is a big one to think about. Just store that if you're not there yet. If you're not on a business page yet, just store it, but start thinking about it and know that, this is where this is where the future of your business lies. It lies in a business page and using things like, messenger chatbots in the future. Hello, Claudia. Great to see you jump on. Look at all this birthday love, Jacinta. Isn't that cool? So what this research that I was reading about the newsfeed and the demise of and what we should be focusing on in the future is, so messenger chatbots was one, and then it actually said in big letters, do not rely on organic Facebook posts in the newsfeed moving forward. So they're saying that, obviously the, Jacinta, look at this. Look at all these beautiful people saying happy birthday to you. We just digress for a second. Hey, Chinta, how are you? Are you feeling the love? Are you? Yes, she's feeling the love. Cool. So moving forward, we're not going to be able to rely on just the news feed. It's going to disappear anyway for our organic reach. So some of the things that Facebook said that you should concentrate on, apart from chatbots, which was the big one, is groups. They're huge push towards using Facebook groups. I'm going to do a boot camp on Facebook groups because the problem with Facebook groups is there's too many people just starting up groups because I think it's a really good idea, but they don't know how to start a group, set up a group, launch a group, get interacting, people interacting, get engagement in a group. The last thing you want to do is set up a group and it's a dead group. So groups are a really good idea and, thing to implement. But you've got to know what you're doing with groups and you've got to set it up properly. Okay, so groups is one. They have said Facebook ads. You don't have to do full-blown Facebook ads, but you can boost posts. But as I said the other day on one of my lives, if you don't know how to boost a post properly, please don't go and do it. What was it? Only last week I did a Facebook Live. If you haven't seen it, go and find it on Are You Ready for Facebook Advertising? So please don't go and do Facebook advertising unless you're ready for it. But that is an option. What was the other thing? Building your own brand. How many times do I have to say it, guys? Building your own brand, which means a business page. It's free to do that. Is it going to make a big difference in your world, in your business immediately? No. But should you be starting it now before every network marketer and person in MLM realizes this is the way that they should be going? Yes. Should you be starting to learn how to use a business page, how to maximize a business page, how to get people to a business page, how to blend people over to your business page from your personal page? Yes. Should you be doing this now while it's all free because who knows what's going to happen in the future? Yes. So get on my branding course is all I can say. But just let me plant a caution there. You can build a business page, but unless your branding is on point, you're wasting your time. So business page is good, yes, but unless your branding is all sorted out, you know who your target market is, you know who your customer avatar is, you know what you stand for, you know the pains and troubles and struggles of your target market and what solution to provide them, do not start a business page. This is all the stuff I work through in my branding course because there is a lot of business pages I look at and I go, I have no idea what they do. I've got no idea how they can help me. I've got no idea what they're teaching because it's sunshine and rainbows in their banners. I don't even know what their name is because it just says, live your dreams. So you got to do a bit of training on branding before you set up a business page. Did say other platforms. Now, what's going to be, oh, yes, I love that, Claudia. Start building the ark before the flood. Good comment. That's awesome. Love that. Very creative of you, Claudia. What's going to happen in the future? I'm not sure if you've heard about this yet, but they are, oh, yes, this is something I teach, so Olive's remembered it. 6 seconds to get to the point of the page. That's right. Somebody needs to look at that page and know what they're all about, what they're teaching, what they stand for, all of that kind of stuff in 6 seconds. So good point, Olive. You've been listening to me. Good to hear. They are combining, so Facebook is combining the Facebook app Instagram, and WhatsApp, and they're all going to be integrated, and supposedly in the future, we will be able to maximize and send out our information across platforms because they're going to integrate it all. So this is where they're saying you don't want to just post in the one sort of area, you want to post in other areas, but there is going to be the ability, more so than there is now. I know there's integration now, but there's going to be massive integration across those platforms. So that's pretty exciting that we can potentially do something once and, you know, feed it out, you know, to others at the one time. So yes, Sean, you are correct. Some Facebook pages are shocking. And it's because people generally, they know that, you know, a business page is a good idea, but they don't really know anything about branding, personal branding, or it's a dodgy page because you need to set up a business page before you can do any Facebook advertising. So people set up dodgy pages just so they could advertise and, you know, try to sell things to people. So there are a lot of dodgy, you know, pages. So you just want to learn to do it the right way. Otherwise, you're not going to get any reach from it, and you're going to be posting and doing lives, and it's just not going to work. Okay. And the last one they said was the hottest opportunity is through Facebook Messenger. So you have a Facebook Messenger attached to your personal profile. If you have a business page, you also have a Facebook Business Messenger, which if any of you are aware of it, it's the m.me/name of your business page, and then that messenger goes to your business page. And that's when you can do chatbots and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to confuse you if you're not up to that yet, but the future of that is amazing. And that's what you need to be concentrating on. So if not now, think about these things, guys. At some stage, you're going to need to, if you are only building on your personal page, I would highly recommend that you start considering a business page, but please don't just set up a business page because you've been told it's a good idea. You need to set it up right. You need to set up the right type of page. You need to know all the branding stuff that I mentioned a second ago. Okay, about your target market, customer avatar, what do you stand for, all the rest of it. And that's not for a business page with your network marketing company plastered in the background of the banner. That's not personal branding. That's not building a brand on Facebook. That's not what we're talking about here. It's, you are not a walking billboard for your network marketing company. You are you, and you brand you. Whole different discussion about branding. I'm not getting into that today. That's what my branding course or my coaching community, I've got a branding boot camp in there as well, that you can learn more about that. So another sort of big tip. So the three sort of biggest tips here is obviously messenger chatbots moving into the future. Yes, Claudia, you've summed that up nicely for all the Facebook family of apps. That's it in a nutshell. So the first one is messenger chatbots moving forward, not relying on organic reach. So all those other things I listed there, like, you know, groups and other platforms and ads and, you know, all those kind of things. And the last big one is they're telling us sort of now to build our messenger lists. So if you have a personal profile, then start building your personal profile messenger list, getting linked to people in Messenger, make personal connections. If you've got a business page, then get people onto your messenger list on your business page. How do you do that? Well, on a business page, you can set up the blue button and it says send message. It's already there in the setup for you to do that. As soon as they press that button, you know, they can get into your business messenger. So you start building your business messenger list, and then you can send out chat bots to the people on that list, if that makes sense. So that's stuff for the future for some of you, but I just wanted to really highlight where you should be thinking and what you should be concentrating on moving forward when we start to see the Facebook newsfeed disappear. You want to be ahead of the game. So how do you get ahead of the game now? Is you, just to wrap this up, you need to be using Facebook stories for one, because that's going to be where the new look is going to be. So if you're not really embracing it now, embrace it, do it multiple times a day. Unlike the newsfeed, where I would say to you, don't really post any more than 3 times a day. In Facebook stories, go your hardest. Do as many as you like. There's no right or wrong. The more the better. So there's no limits on Facebook stories, and just share your life. Don't overthink Facebook stories. Just put it in front of you and take a picture, or take a picture of something and share it. Don't overthink Facebook stories. Just do it and get used to it. So when there's new features that come up with Facebook stories, you're going to get rolled out to first because you're actually using the feature. If you're not using the feature and something major happens, like a major change, you're going to get it last if you're not using the feature. So this is where you want to be, and you want to start looking at, if you're not there yet, start looking at a business page of some sort. Start learning about it, learning about branding, and start setting up, yes, Claudia's on it. Well, no, that wasn't the one. This is the specific wording that Facebook has used: an encrypted, interoperable messaging platform. That's the focus. I don't generally bring words to you like that because it just confuses you. But that is the specific term that Facebook has used. So Claudia's done her research. Well done, girl. So yeah, encrypted, interoperable messaging platform. So that's really basically what that's telling you is Messenger and privacy. All that wording, everything that they say is to do with Messenger and privacy. So having encrypted sort of messages, and there's a lot of controversy around that. I won't go into detail, but there's a lot of people that are worried about encrypted messaging through Messenger, because in a world where we have terrorists and, you know, people that are not all above board, people are worried that that will allow communication if it's encrypted and people can't sort of find it or understand it. And it's, yeah, I don't need to go into that, but there is controversy around, you know, what's coming and how it's going to roll up. But none of us really know when or how exactly it's going to roll out. What I want you to be aware of is start embracing Facebook stories if you're not already. Start thinking about a business page if you're not there yet. But before you start a business page, you've got to know your branding sort of piece and do a little bit of training about that as well. I can help you with all of that stuff. Send me a message if you need, yeah, it is a little bit scary, Claudia. If you need help in these areas, I can certainly, you know, give you some support. So I'm going to leave it there. The good thing about StreamYard, which I cannot actually see when I go live, is the timer. So I can keep my own timer. I don't need Vivi's clock today when I use StreamYard. And I can already tell I've gone 2 minutes 20 over. So I'm going to sign off. I've got to, in less than 15 minutes, those of you in my coaching community, Online Crew Coaching, once again, if you want to jump on the Attraction Marketing Bootcamp over the next 3 days, where I'm sharing exactly what attraction marketing means, how I've used it, what strategies I've used that have worked, that haven't worked, and how that's led me to, getting 70 plus people in my team in the last few months. That's what I'm going over in the next 3 days, and that's how you can get access. Okay, so if you found that, take that off. If you found that valuable in any way, just put the word value down below. I just want you thinking for the future. Things are changing all the time, guys. You've got to keep up with this stuff. So I will see those of you in my coaching community very shortly for day 1 of the Attraction Marketing Bootcamp. And the rest of you, I will see you same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. Bye.